One final question, Mayank. You were the first, perhaps, and I remember when we started talking many, many years ago, you introduced wellness benefits. And you said that while on the one hand, my job is to pay for people who need hospitalization, on the other hand, as a company, I want people to be healthy so that they don't need to go there that way. How has that worked out for you? Because you do offer discounts, benefits if you clear certain milestones on the wellness side. And the second point I want to talk about, which is, the regulator, and we've seen some amount of dynamism coming in from the regulator in the recent past. Things like mental health, for example, which, people of our generation, our parents' generation, never really talked about or never really acknowledged. What is the progress on that front? I mean, the regulator has said mental health must be covered, but mental health is typically not necessarily in the early stages hospitalization. It's probably consultancy. So, on these 2 points, if you could give some sense on how your journey has been in the last 2, 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, again, a very, very relevant points, Vivek. I mean, I actually one of the other changes that has happened post COVID is there's another, I would say, tsunami in the industry, but for in a positive sense, which is the new idea chairman. And I think
Hmm.
the breath of freshness that he's brought in terms of his whole effort to kind of make insurance available to everyone is so much admirable and inspirational that I think that itself will open up the industry and create insurance for more and more Indians, which is required, as you very rightly said earlier. Coming to your two specific questions, I think on the wellness side, we are very, very excited with what we are seeing today, Vivek. We are seeing, you know, consumers utilize those benefits. And I'll give you a real story of one of our customer, right? I mean, this is not one story, but this is a representative story.
Hmm.
So there's a, I travel a lot, and I met a customer in Indore, and she's a lady. I will not give her, name for because I don't have the permission to name that customer here. She was a lady. I think she must be in her late 50s when I met her. She was there with her husband, and I said, and we have one of its own kind in the world where we reward the customer with the entire premium back if you demonstrate good health behavior, which means that
Hmm.
you know your health at our cost. You are in good health condition, then you're physically active, and at some stage we'll bring other elements also. So that lady actually had, along with her husband, earned the entire premium back, which meant that when next year they'll only pay GST, assuming the premium is same and has not increased.
Hmm.
So zero premium, only GST, which which of course has to be paid. And I asked her that, what was your experience of this insurance policy? The first thing was, I was first amazed that a health insurance company is offering me something for my good health.
Hmm.
And so first, I thank you for the fact that you made my insurance free because of something that I did for myself. Because the consumer was
Hmm.
doing something for themselves, right? She said I was thin, but I was not healthy. And she was a thin lady, very elegant, very lady. And she said, I was thin, but I was not healthy. Because of you, because I walk 10,000 steps every day. Today, I feel healthy also. And she said that, so this is a second benefit. First one being the money back. And third, she said that because I have to walk 10,000 steps a day, every evening, and my husband also walks, the two of us walk together. And when
Hmm.
we walk together, we get to spend time with each other, which was not happening every time earlier. So we have built a much better relationship with each other. So the 10,000 steps walking a day is giving the money back, is making the person healthier, but most importantly, building better relationships. That is what good health does. And that is what we feel, proud of having achieved. So there are lakhs of such stories today, Vivek, and we feel that this is the way to do health insurance. We feel very happy when even a regulator endorses that and say that's the way to do. In fact, recently, I will urge you and your readers on and your viewers to watch a campaign that we did in January, which is by the name Kya Piche Choda Hai by Aditya Health Insurance, where for the first time, at least to my understanding, having been in the category for many, many years now, a financial services brand has gone to the masses to show what they are doing through the actual experiences of their own customers. So all
mm,
the protagonists in that campaign are actually our real consumers across the country. We have
mm,
put four of them in the main ad, and then there are digital, and they talk about their story of how following the whole because of the product promoting good health, how they have gained in their life in different ways. So I think we are very proud of that, and I hope everyone else does that. The other part was mental health, very very important. In fact, during COVID we tested something called a free mental health line. We saw consumers come to it, and more than what we thought. We have the only product in the industry where we offer mental counseling also, because as you very rightly said, mental health is not about hospitalization.
mm,
Mental health is about stress. Mental health is about depression sometimes, which can become clinical depression, which can be very very dangerous if you don't seek expert help at the right time. We provide that in our product. Again, something that is still a taboo in India. We are working with Empower, which is run by Mrs. Nirja Birla, to promote this whole thing of seek help when you need, because this can then result into many more physical health conditions later on if not
mm.
dealt with at the right time. And the lifestyle that we live in today has creates a lot of such mental problems. So yes, we are not just doing it for the sake of what the Mental Health Care Act says, which is provide mental health for hospitalization. We are doing it what we feel is even more important, which is provide the counseling support when the consumer needs it. And I only hope I have, and I only my request is to people to utilize those benefits in whichever form they're available, because don't run away. It's not that someone will harm you. It's not a taboo to go and seek help. Nothing wrong in seeking help. You live a much better life, healthier life, happier life.
It's always wonderful talking to you, Mayank. I wish you all the very best, as I always do. And there's a lot of big challenges ahead. We need to take stories of the kind that you mentioned to people across India. And I'm sure that together we'll be able to do that. Thank you very much, Mayank. And I wish you and your team all the very best. And look forward to speaking to you soon and not after 2 years.
Thank you, Vivek. My pleasure always, and it's always wonderful to talk to you.
Thank you.